Deputy Pring, 4 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Clerk. I want to paraphrase Martin Luther King when he said that if a law is unjust, then citizens have a duty to oppose it. And I think that is the case with the imposition of water taxes on the citizens of Ireland. And it is not only that the tax is unjust per se, in that it is a double taxation, but it is also the view held by very many of the protesters that the policies pursued by your government are unjust as well. The campaign against water taxes is a culmination of the widespread opposition to the household charge, property taxes, and the insistence by you that the Irish people must pay and be responsible for the financial crisis that has engulfed them over the last 7 years. What enrages people even more is that you insist on trying to intimidate them into complying with this tax. You may have been successful with the property tax, but I believe that you will not get away with your campaign of intimidation in relation to the water taxes. The people have seen through your lies and diversions in relation to the need for Irish water and the imposition of charges, and they know that in the years to come the tax will only increase, leading to bills of many hundreds of euros for citizens across the state. The announcement in the last couple of days by the Minister that he's going to bring forward legislation to fast-track court appearances for people who refuse to pay the tax, it sounds very much like a Minister who knows that he won't be around when that comes to pass. It shows that this government is about what this government is about when you want to set up special courts to deal with citizens who pay the water tax. And when we compare that to how you quickly move to remove the loophole to facilitate banks in repossessing houses, and how it took 4 years to bring any of the bankers before the courts, and yet they still ended up getting away with causing this crash. And when we also look around us and see very many of the same people moving into positions of power again on the boards of banks and developers getting funded to get back into business again by NAMA in order to benefit from this recovery. In the government amendment, you talk about meter charging being the fairest form of charging. Yet you then go on to clap yourself on the back for having capped the charge to ensure, as you say, that the charges are affordable. This is an acknowledgement that when you ultimately move to meter charges, that they will not be affordable for many, many people. This is the very point that we who are opposed to this tax have been making all along, that there is a question of affordability and a question of fairness. The government likes to give the impression that Irish Water is a panacea to all those feckless county councils who did not invest in infrastructure, and this is what has left our water system the way it is. The fact is that the Department of the Environment controlled the expenditure of councils at every step along the way, and the reason that there are infrastructural problems is because the department ensured that projects could not progress. Before being elected to this House, I worked in the water services in Donegal County Council in the Killybegs treatment plant, a plant that was opened in 1994, designed to meet 1990 requirements for water production, and where the investigations on the provision of a new plant started in 1973. At every step of the way, the department delayed and slowed down the process, so that the fact that there are problems with infrastructure is not the responsibility of local authorities, it is the responsibility of governments, this government and previous governments. I note as well in the amendment that the Minister makes much of the fact that there has been procurement savings already with Irish Water. Well, I know for a fact that in Donegal, since the arrival of Irish Water, the cost of hiring in jet cleaners for sewer problems has doubled since the national procurement process came in. So where are the cost savings in that? And the government makes much of the fact that the metering will highlight the leaks in the system. Well, Irish Water themselves have identified savings of 6% in unaccounted for water from domestic metering. When the metering programme is finished, and if all the leaks identified have been fixed, there will still be over 40% of unaccounted for water in the system. So this is an extremely expensive non-solution to a problem where you're looking in the wrong place for the leaks.
Thank you, Deputy.
Thank you. The introduction of Irish Water has been a fiasco, and citizens are right to oppose you and the introduction of the tax. And the only way that they can oppose this unfair tax is by refusing to pay it.
Deputy Healy, thank you.